Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So this is a discussion video on the new Sony ZV-1. Now Sony has branded this device as the YouTuber's device, just like Samsung pretty much did with the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now, right now this video is being recorded with my Sony a6100 coupled with the Sigma 16mm lens. And so as you can see here, I'm really in the foreground and the background is pretty much blurred out. This is the type of vlogging setup that I personally have been shooting for so long and finally was able to get it set up. However, is this the best vlogging setup? Well, what if I'm on the go? This is a heavy setup. In fact, the lens is heavier than the camera. For those that have the 16mm lens coupled with the a6100 or anyone in that 6,000 range, the lens is really heavy. So what most people might do is turn to their cell phone. So the V60 is a fantastic device for vlogs. And I think it's something else, and just for record, these are just things that I have sitting right by me. There are a ton of phones out there that are good for vlogs. However, I think the best vlogging device probably is going to be a GoPro. In particular, the GoPro Hero 8 Black or the 7 Black. I have both of those, and this device is probably one of the best, and here's why. Now, disclaimer, I don't have the Sony VZ1 yet, or ZV-1 yet, but I can get it. So, you know me, I think in order to truly get the feel of something, you have to get it and test it out. You have to buy it and test it out for yourself to see if it's something that's going to work for you. But since I just said that the Hero 8 Black is probably going to be the better vlogging device than anything I have in my catalog, including this camera right here, because I can pick it up, it's lightweight. I've got this extendable tripod. It extends out about 5 to 6 feet. It's got grip. It's got its own stand. There's a whole bunch that goes into picking a device to vlog with. But if you're on the go, a GoPro, for that matter, is probably going to be your best bet. Now, Sony has got a lot of creators saying that this is the best vlogging camera ever. Now, you know how I feel about creators, the media, saying that things are great and it's the best. There's one channel out there, however, that I've seen it pretty much give it a fair, neutral response, even though they got it free too. Now, getting the device is free. You know, I'm not hating on that. I'm glad that creators are at a point in their career when they can get things and they don't have to pay for it and they have to either it's on loan or it's given to them. Whatever the case may be, I'm all for creators getting to that level because I'm at that level. I'm at a level where I get things that I don't have to pay for and pretty much are just given to me. Don't get a lot of loaners, but I definitely get a lot of companies that just say, here, just keep it. And that is something that I appreciate. So to those creators out there in the media, because I'm definitely not a part of hashtag the media, don't have the hookup like that, so I got to buy my own stuff when I can't get it on loan or for a review unit. And the Sony ZV-1 or VZ-1 or whatever it's called, it actually looks pretty fire. It looks hot. I'm not going to lie. And the reason that I probably would buy this camera is for vlogs, but I don't think it's going to be a better vlogging camera than a GoPro. The GoPros are portable, and if you have the Hero 7 Black, you really should get the Hero 8 Black because the microphones have been dramatically upgraded. And you have stability built into this camera. On most of these DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, there's no optical image stabilization in the body. Well, with a GoPro, it's there, it's all in one. Now, yeah, the GoPro can't change lenses and things like that, but most GoPros will shoot better footage than almost every cell phone. Nearly every cell phone can't keep up with the GoPro Hero 8 Black for stability, video quality, and things like that. So I'm going to switch over to the Hero 8 Black and shoot a little bit of footage right now just to show you the difference in quality. But now I'm not comparing it against this Sigma 16mm lens. Just take a look at, you know, the video quality for a vlog. And this is my stable setup. The new Sony camera is for a person who's on the go, which is why I bring up the GoPro or a cell phone on a mount. Those are realistically really good options. I really think a GoPro is an option. If you vlog a lot, the GoPro Hero 8 Black Any of the black ones, or just as close as you can get to the level right up under the black versions, you need to buy them. But I suggest that you buy the black. For every time a Hero Black comes out, I think I've purchased it starting with the 7. So this new Sony camera, it does this right here with the blurred background, the push of a button. You don't need to change lenses. There's just nothing going on with this camera that you pretty much have to buy after the fact. They even give you a little noise reduction, a dead cat to slap on the front. It comes in the box. And as far as the tripod goes that they have, that's actually the G version, and it's not brand new. They're just advertising it with that camera, I guess, to boost sales, because there's one that's wired, and then there's that wireless one that they're promoting with this camera that's not technically brand new. It's already out, you know. As recording of this video, the new Sony camera is not it's pre-ordered. Obviously, you can pre-order, but it's not officially where I can walk into Best Buy and grab one, or hit B&H and just get it in the next day. But it's tempting. I really like what Sony and Sigma have. This combination right here, I don't need to buy anything else to vlog with. Like, if I'm going to shoot a vlog for you guys, this is the combination that I've been giving you. This is the combination that you guys always like. This is the combination where you guys say, gosh, it was super crispy this time. Well, it might depend on how I have position of the camera to see what's blurred on the background and what's not, or the color of my shirt that I'm wearing, or if my hair is cut that time, or if I shaved. Anything can make a camera look crispy. But I will say that I think, as of right now, in my catalog for stationary vlogs, no moving around, none of this, I'm going to shoot, hey, what's up? None of that. I think that the Sony A6100 coupled with the Sigma 16mm lens, and that goes to show, that's along the lines of the 6600, the 6500, the 6000 series, period. Put this Sigma lens on it, and to me, you have the ultimate vlogging setup. It's incredible. So, to show you the difference with a GoPro sitting right here, compared to this 16mm lens, the GoPro has ultra wide, super ultra wide. I mean, it'll really bring a lot into view. However, it won't be blurred, but it's still going to be really clear, and the audio should be great as well. Now, remember, I have an external microphone on my A6100, but the A6100 does have good microphones when you're in a quiet enough area. So let's switch over to the GoPro Hero 8 Black, and then we'll talk some more about this new Sony vlogging camera that all of YouTube is praising. All right, now here is the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Let me put it exactly where the other camera was at, which is about right here. You can see a whole bunch more in view, I'm sure, and it's just gonna probably look really, really clear. This is the audio from the GoPro Hero 8 Black. I totally am digging the Hero 8 Black. I use this camera to vlog with when I'm on the go. So you can see why I might be indifferent or feel some type of way about this Sony camera, because personally, this is probably gonna have a wider field of view. It has linear, has ultra wide, and folks, this isn't the ultra wide setting. It's totally not. I could switch it to that, and I probably should, but you don't wanna see the rest of my kitchen or living room. You don't wanna see any of that, but nonetheless, if you're considering, and I'm not trying to deter people from buying this Sony camera, that's not what these videos are about. It's just to kind of inform and educate, because this camera is going to cost less than half of this Sony camera. And oh, you don't have a viewfinder, and you don't have a headphone jack. You'll need to buy an external for the headphone jack, but you'll probably still come out less for vlogging with this setup. You probably will. And I think the quality will be better, but not, obviously you can't do the blurred background with the GoPro. At least I don't know how. If you know how to do that, go ahead and let me know, and I definitely will make that happen. But this GoPro Hero 8 Black has a lot of advantages over other vlogging setups. And believe it or not, folks, believe it or not, there are a ton of people on YouTube. This is their main camera. This is what they use for vlogs. This is what they use to shoot on their channel. This is what they use. Because it's a small, compact camera, you can put it on a swivel head like I have it. You can get an extendable tripod. It is compact, lightweight, and it is nice. And it has a nice removable battery setup to where you can get a lot of battery out of it. I have extra batteries for the GoPro, and I always have a battery charged. period. So I feel like if Sony's going to say that this is the best thing for YouTube, and I don't think Sony's really pushing it. Here's an inside tip for you guys. When you start to get review units, there's key words that sometimes the companies will tell you need to trigger on sometimes. And if Sony's going to push this as a vlogging setup for YouTubers, that is why on YouTube you see all of these YouTubers who got it for free saying that it's the best vlogging setup ever. And then it beats, I've seen a guy saying it beats out on Canon's mirrorless cameras and it just beats up on everything. I don't know about that. Not to say that it doesn't beat up on Canon's cameras, but I'm just saying, I don't think this camera is going to beat up on everything. I mean, this quality right here is fantastic. The GoPro easily shoots in 4K 60 with no problems. And 4K footage on this with 30 frames per second is fantastic too. Now let's switch back to the Sony and we'll talk some more about this new Sony camera. All right, so you see, you're fighting a different animal with a GoPro. You get some killer footage from a GoPro. Just imagine if GoPro decided to give the option of the blurred background. Ooh-wee, some cameras would be in trouble. Now that was just a test at 4K 60 with my GoPro Hero 8 Black. I could switch it to linear. I mean, you see how wide that view was? I can do 1080p, super ultra wide. I mean, it's ridiculous, folks. And the vignetting effect isn't that bad with the new GoPros, if any vignetting. Vignetting is where you have like a bowing around the edges of the film. But nonetheless, you know, if you're thinking about getting this Sony camera, if you're thinking about it, if you're just considering it, I say go for it. What you thought I was gonna tell you not to buy it? Listen, I'm intrigued by this new Sony camera. I got hooked on Sony after I started to see a lot of YouTubers' videos, and I was like, wow, what the heck are they using? I was getting that effect with my 24mm and my Canon. The Canon is sitting over there, but I wanted to do it with little effort. And so to do so, I had to get the Sigma lens. This lens costs $400. And the camera is what, 800 or 750 or something like that? I don't recall. But this setup to me is worth it because I'm getting what I want. And in turn, you guys always say, well, Jay, that's a sweet setup right there for a vlog. Totally agree. But I'm still eager. I'm still tempted. I'm still wanting to know how good Sony can do with a point and shoot. Now, here's the crazy part. Remember that $1,300 Sony camera? I think it's like the fourth version, the R1000 or 1000R or something like that. I know those people are upset. I would be. And some people say, well, I'm not upset if people have those cameras. I'm not upset. Okay, respect. I would be a little bit tiny upset because this camera, this new point and shoot, costs about $400 to $500 less, and it technically has more options. Technically. I'm not this camera king where I know everything about footage and cameras and all this kind of stuff, but I do know a good deal when I see one, and I'm gonna always try to get you guys the best deal. Now, for those people that say, well, Jay, I like the Sony, and shout out to the people who just bought the Canon M50. That will be Will H Tech Reviews and LaShawn. Holla at your boy. Those two guys, I don't know if they know each other, but you guys need to link up. Will H Tech Reviews has over 6,000 people following him, and LaShawn just started, but they both just got the Canon M50. So, you guys need to link up. Will H Tech Reviews and LaShawn, holla at your boy. You need to get it, Will H Tech Reviews, because he too just bought that camera. So, for those that say, you know, I'm really interested in the Sony camera, I'm going to be doing a lot of vlogs, you know, but I have a good cell phone. Well, I've got several good cell phones, and now I'm going to switch over to the V60 if I can get this footage to come out right once I upload it. If not, you won't see the V60's footage because the V60 had this problem with getting it onto a computer. So this is my new. I bought the V60 when it launched. There's been some software updates I hear, and I'm just going to try to shoot some 8K video. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's see how it works out. All right, so here is, I was going to do 8K, but I decided to go ahead and do 4K 60 just to be on par with the other cameras. The Sony's shooting at 4K 30, the GoPro, I shot it at 4K 60, and this is going to shoot at 4K 60. Now, an advantage to all you cell phone users out there, you need to be looking at this phone. The LG V60 has got to be the most underrated by certain people in the media. Hashtag the media. If you haven't seen that merch, it should be scrolling along the bottom of this video. Just scroll through and grab your shirt for the merch. Hashtag the media. If you haven't joined the channel, hit that join button. There's a lot in store for you. I think a lot of you guys who have cell phones and refuse to switch to, or you feel like a mirrorless camera or a DSLR won't do you any justice, the V60. This V60 was actually used to shoot several videos on the channel here in the last week or so. Yeah, it wasn't my mirrorless camera. It wasn't my DSLR. It's the V60. So I think that a vlog is really what you make it. You have to make your vlog yours. And you have to use what you can afford to buy at the time or use what you already have on hand at the time. And a cell phone is easy to get. Most people can finance them through their carriers, and that is the easiest way I would tell you to do it. Now, the bad part about the V60, there are no unlocked versions. So that excludes the UK, all the international people. That excludes a lot of people, even on carriers. Right now, I think you can only get it on AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. I think Verizon. I'm not sure, but I know you can get it on AT&T. I know you can get it on T-Mobile because this is the T-Mobile version. So the V60 is a device that, well, it's just good. You got the option for the dual screen, but we're talking about cameras. If you want to use a phone, and shout out to my man Easy from Easy Computer Solutions, he knows firsthand. And it's not just him, it's everybody out there who uses the V60 for a camera as far as shooting content on their channel, and they trust it. Sometimes I just don't want to mess with my DSLR, so I'll grab the GoPro. If the GoPro's not around, I can grab the V60 with confidence. Confidence. So cell phone users, if you're hesitating about buying this new Sony camera, if you have a V60, stay with your V60. All right, so there you have it. There's plenty of options for a person to do a vlog with when it comes to YouTube. And I'm just scratching the surface, son. I'm not even going deep dive and, oh, you can use an S-Log and all this stuff, because I believe, and I think you know by now the type of creator that I am, I don't have to do a whole bunch of animations and put all these B-rolls and all this other stuff in my videos to get people to look. I don't have to do that to get people to watch. Some people have to take that route. Me, that's not the choices that I choose to make on this channel to give you a vlog. For me, a video vlog is just me sitting talking to you like this. And I love to do this. I love to just sit here and talk to you. That's why I like doing live streams sometimes. So Sony has got this camera coming. At the recording of this video, it is June 9th, by the way, 2020. And so the camera releases on the 11th, which means I can walk into a Best Buy and grab one on the 11th, if I choose to. Or I can hit pre-order, have it come to my door, get it on the 11th. I'm really interested. I'm more interested in seeing how that vlogging camera can compete, which I consider this to be my big dog. The A6100 with the 16mm lens, this is greatness for me. I enjoy doing vlogs. And this is a setup I could recommend. Just like I recommended people to get Canons back in the day, I still do. The M50 is a good mirrorless camera. The SL3 that sits over there is a good mirrorless camera, or good DSLR camera. The SL2 is another DSLR camera that I would recommend. And Canon cameras are fantastic. However, with the Canon, I've learned that if I want this look, I got to make some price adjustments, and it would have cost me about $800 for the lens just to link it up to my Canon SL3, and I figured I'm switching to Sony full time, and that's what I've done. So Sony, this camera, this ZV-1, VZ1, 20 megapixel camera, no detachable lens. You've put all of the stuff that I like in the camera. That little camera even has S-Logs. So you can color grade. You can color grade with anything, but it has S-Logs. And I think their other camera, even this camera I have, doesn't have that. Not that I would use it because I don't even know that much about that stuff. I'll take a training course, but I do know how to turn it on, make sure I'm in focus, and start talking. And for me and you, that should be good enough to give you some quality, crisp footage while I'm on camera. So I think this Sony camera, I think it's going to be interesting. And I know a lot of creators out there want to get it, regardless of what they currently have. One thing I don't want to see, which you're totally entitled to your opinion. What I don't want to see is people saying, this is a good second backup camera. Everybody's not balling with cash like that. For a lot of people, this is going to be, because it's almost like you're saying it's a downgrade, or you're saying it's just not good enough to be a primary camera. Well, the GoPro Hero 8 Black is good enough to be a primary camera for a ton of YouTubers. It is more YouTubers that use that camera and the 7 Black and the 6 Black, all these black versions of it, they use those as their main camera. They do. And some of you guys would never know it unless they told you. So this new Sony camera, it's not priced too bad when you consider what you can use it for, which is vlogs. So I want to get this camera because I want to put it right here next to this camera. That obviously this setup costs more. I want to see if in fact, because that camera is for somebody on the go, remember, which is why I brought up the GoPro. The Hero 8 Black is just like one of the best. And I just gave you a quick sample with this camera sitting right here. It is definitely a top dog. You see it out in the sunlight, you see it on different places. It is fantastic. No lie. So this new Sony camera, I'm really curious to see just how well it performs next to this camera and the GoPro. What do you guys think about what Sony is doing with this new vlogging camera that the internet is flooded with reviews from all the media that got it first? And all us poor folks, we gotta wait until we gotta stand in line and buy ours. I'm just joking. I'm not poor. You're not poor. You're just not a part of the media. It is what it is. So, are you gonna buy the new Sony camera? I know some content creators out there that are probably put it in their cart, then took it out. Put it in their cart, then took it out. Put it in their cart, left it there. Scroll through, look for a whole bunch of stuff, read more stuff on it, watch some videos on it, go back to their cart, take it out their cart. I know, because one of them, I'm honest enough to just say it. I'm that intrigued by this camera, even though I have one of the best setups. It's really the setup, I'm saying it's the best setup, but it's the lens. This Sigma lens, it pleases me, and it does everything I need it to do for what I want my videos to look like. And if it doesn't do anything for you, I respect that, but I think this camera lens is just the truth. This setup for me really makes me happy. And in turn, I want to make you happy by getting you some good deals on stuff. And speaking of deals, before I get out of here, the Moto G Stylus and the Moto G Power are now $100 off in Google Fi. Hit those links down below so you can get a credit. I don't get any credits anymore because I'm maxed out on credits because of all the people that use my referral link. But if you don't have Google Fi, sign up. I've had them for I think 4 years or 5 years. I don't know how long it's been. Fantastic service. I'm totally happy with them. Again, use the link. Get the 20 bucks. I don't get the 20 bucks. You get the 20 bucks. I'm tapped out. Get that deal if you haven't already done so. As far as the Sony camera, if you're thinking about buying it, just buy it. That's all I can tell you. I want to. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.